Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Claudia and today I'm going to be guiding you through a yoga class that focuses on the quads. So we are going to focus on releasing the tension and the tightness in the quads today. So the quads is an area that I personally often experience a lot of tightness in, and I know that other people do as well. So we're going to be focusing this class on releasing that tension. So I want you to keep some props near for this class, so I recommend having a block and a blanket that you can use to protect your knees, and also to have a nice pillow. So you can keep your props near, but we're going to start by coming onto our knees. So grab onto your blanket and just fold it so it creates a bit of a cushion effect here on the mat. Place that onto the middle of your mat and come onto your knees. And keep your toes nicely tucked and sink down your sitting bones into your heels. And place the palms resting onto your thighs, onto your quads. And spread out the fingers. Take a deep inhale in through the nose and down into the belly. And release down the shoulders. Let the palms stay soft. And keep your gaze soft as well, here to the top of the mat. And notice the quads, feel them underneath your palms. And connect your mind to the area that we're going to work on today. And you can even close your eyes if you're comfortable here. And keep your breath flowing all the way down into the lower belly. And as you exhale, relax down the shoulders, relax the elbows. Feel the stretch onto the feet. As we settle into the body. Let your breath flow mindfully and slowly. And let your exhales be long. Notice how the body is flowing lightly on top of the mat. And let all distractions around you fade. And allow yourself to be present in this moment. Now grab onto your block and place the block beneath your sitting bones. Extend the feet and let your sitting bones sink into the block. Place the palms onto your knees, and as you inhale, you're going to draw the chest forward and tilt the pelvis to the back of the mat. And as you exhale, you're going to draw away the spine, round into that spine, tuck the pelvis strongly under. Inhale, tilt the pelvis, open the chest to the top of the mat. Exhale, create space between the shoulder blades, round into the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, tilt. Exhale, round. Three more rounds, flowing with the breath. Mobilizing your spine, warming up the body. Use those palms to guide your spine towards the top of the mat and towards the back of the mat. And now come back into center. We're going to warm up the wrists. So extend the palms out to the top of the mat and start to draw circles with the wrist. Slow and mindfully. Taking your time. Remember to go in opposite directions for 2 more breaths. And exhale, let go. Now we're going to place the back of the palms underneath the armpits into the rib cage and draw the shoulder blades closer together. And let the elbows come towards the back of the mat for 2 full breaths. And exhale, release. Now plant the palms into the ground and let the fingers come pointing towards the top of the mat. And let the weight of the upper body come towards the back of the mat. Staying here for 3 full breaths and draw those shoulder blades together. Open up that chest. Place the weight of the body into the wrist. Final breath. And exhale back to center. Now we're going to shake out those wrists for 3 full breaths. And exhale, release. Now you can release away the knees, release away those hips. And place the block out to the side. And we're also going to remove the blanket away from the knees, out to the side. We're going to come into a nice tabletop position. So round into the root of the palms, extend out the fingers, tuck the toes, and take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, push away the floor with the feet and extend the hips to the sky for 2 full breaths. Walking your dog, bending into the knees. Breathing into the belly. And exhale, coming into center. Grounding into your downward facing dog. Gaze between your toes. And find stillness here in that dog. Feeling how you're grounding all the way from the heels up to the sitting bones. Now take a nice big inhale through the nose as you roll your hips forward. And let the shoulders come above the wrist. Inhale, rolling down. Let the hips come further into the ground. And as you exhale, allow the body to come halfway down. Elbows and shoulders aligned. Extend out the feet as you press into the ground and open up the chest. We're going to stay here for 2 full breaths. Press into the floor. Expand the body. And as you exhale, tuck the toes and lift the hips high. Very nice. Take a full breath here in your downward dog. And exhale out through the mouth. Now inhale, roll the hips forward. Roll the shoulders forward. And exhale, lower the body halfway down. Extend out the feet and press into the ground with an inhale. And exhale, staying here for 1 more full breath. And exhale, tuck the toes and lift the hips up high. Very nice. Now extend the left leg with an inhale all the way to the sky. And exhale, bend into the knee and press the left heel all the way behind you over to the right side of the mat for 2 full breaths. Pulsing that foot. And exhale, extend the foot to the sky for 2 full breaths. Feel how you're lengthening all the way from your fingers up to the toes. 1 more breath. And exhale, plant down the foot. Extend the right leg with an inhale. And exhale, bend the right knee and press the right heel over to the left side of the mat for 2 full breaths. And exhale, extend that foot, stretch it all the way high to the sky for 2 full breaths. And exhale, plant down the foot and let the knees come into the mat slowly. Now place the forearms into the ground and extend out the left leg and extend out the right and sink down your pelvis into the floor and let the thighs come into the ground and extend out the feet all the way to the back of the mat. Now we're going to bend the right elbow so that the right elbow is pointing to the right corner of the mat. Release the left palm and bend the left knee. Grab onto the back of the left foot and press the foot closer into the glute. Look to the top of the mat and point the elbow to the sky for 3 full breaths. Breathing into that belly. And slowly release the foot and let the left forearm come into the mat. And you're going to point the left elbow towards the left corner of the mat and release the right, bend the right leg and grab onto the back of the foot and press the heel closer to the right glute and let the right elbow point towards the sky for 3 full breaths. And exhale, slowly let go of the foot. And let those forearms come back into the ground. In your Sphinx posture, press the elbows into the mat. Squeeze the glutes for 2 full breaths. And exhale, let the elbows come out to the sides of the mat. You're going to release the palms away from the ground and keep your chest lifted. Bend into both knees as you grab onto the back of the feet and press those heels closer to the glutes and let the elbows come facing the sky. Draw the shoulder blades together to keep your chest nice and lifted away from the ground for 3 full breaths. And exhale, release the feet. Very nice. Press into the mat underneath the shoulders and tuck the toes. Inhale, push away the floor and lift your hips up high into that downward dog. And stay here, taking 2 full breaths, walking that dog. And exhale, let the knees come back into the ground. And come all the way up with the chest, come facing the top of the mat. We're going to keep the feet tucked. Now grab onto the right heel with the right palm. And grab onto the left heel with the left palm. Press into those glutes. Open up that chest. And push those shoulder blades together. And let go with the crown of your head. For 3 full breaths. Getting that opening onto the body. Expanding the body all the way to the top of the mat. 1 more breath. And start to slide the palms all the way up to the lower back. Exhale and come back to center. Now press into the mat and take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, tuck the tailbone under, round into the spine, chin to chest for 2 full breaths. And exhale back to your neutral spine. Keep your toes nicely tucked. Take a nice inhale. And exhale, lift up the hips to the sky. Inhale as you lift your right leg up. And exhale, knee to chest. And place the foot between the palms and sink down the back knee. Come into your nice low lunge. Place the palms onto the right thigh. Extend out the left foot and sink a bit deeper into the right knee, but making sure that the knee is not above the feet for 2 full breaths. Getting a nice extension on the left quad. 1 more breath. And exhale as you come back to center. And you can place a blanket underneath the left knee if you feel that you need some more support. Now we're going to twist the chest over to the left side of the mat and release the left foot and bend into the left knee. Now grab onto the back of the foot and press the left foot closer to the left glute. And now rotate the chest back to the top of the mat. Release the right palm and grab onto the back of the foot with the right palm. And let the elbows come facing the back of the mat and squeeze those elbows together. Take 3 full breaths. Focus on your breath coming all the way into the belly through this tense asana. Final breath. And exhale, slowly release the foot and place the palms into the mat. Press away the left knee and step the right foot all the way down next to the left and lift the hips all the way to the sky. As you inhale, draw the left foot up to the sky. And exhale, knee into chest and place the foot between the palms. Sink down the right knee and extend the right foot. Let your torso come all the way up to center. And place the palms onto the left thigh. And you can sink a bit deeper into the left knee. Take 3 full breaths. And exhale, come back to center. Now release the right palm and twist the body over to the right side. Bend the right knee and place the palm onto the back of the foot and press the heel closer to the glute. Now rotate your chest over to the middle of the mat. Release the left palm and grab onto the back of the foot. And gently press that heel into the glute for 3 full breaths. And squeeze those elbows closer together. Final breath. And as you exhale, release the foot, place down the palms. And step the left foot all the way down next to the right, coming into your high plank. Take a nice inhale. And exhale, bend the knees and sink down the knees into the ground. Now extend the right leg with an inhale. Squeeze the right glute, and as you exhale, press the right knee over to the right wrist and the right elbow, and place the right foot over to the left wrist. Sink into your right hip, and you can place a block underneath your right glute for some support. And you can extend out the left leg and that foot, and rotate your chest over to the middle of the mat for one full breath. And exhale, twist your chest over to the left side, bend that left knee, and you can wrap your elbow around that left foot and interlace the palms and look to the back of the mat for 3 full breaths. If this is too much, you can always simply keep your palm wrapped around the foot or wrapped around the ankle or the shin. Final breath. And as you exhale, release back the foot slowly. Rotate your chest back to center. Press away the left knee and step the right foot all the way back into the high plank. Inhale. Lower down those knees. As you exhale, come back onto the mat. Inhale, extend out the left leg. Squeeze the left glute. Exhale, bend into the knee. Place the left knee over to the left elbow and left foot over to the right wrist. And sink into your left hip. And you can use that block and extend out the right leg, the right foot, and twist your chest over to the middle of the mat for one full breath. And exhale, start to twist your chest over to the right side and bend into the right knee. And wrap your elbow around the foot and interlace the fingers for 3 full breaths. And exhale, release the fingers, extend out the right leg. Tuck the right foot and press away the right knee. And let the left foot come all the way down next to the right for 2 full breaths. And you can remove the block away here. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. And exhale, lift the hips high. Gaze between the toes. Now start to take slow and mindful steps all the way to the top or to the middle of your mat. I don't have a lot of space, so I'm going to stay here at the middle of my mat and keep my knees micro bent. Now I'm going to grab onto my block. You don't have to use a block for this one, but it's nice to have some extra support. I'm going to place it onto the low side. So I'm placing my right palm onto the low side of my block, and I'm going to extend out my left leg high, flex into the foot, reach my left palm all the way to the sky, and rotate my hips over to the left side for 2 full breaths. Now exhale as you bend into the left knee and grab around the back of your left foot. Open up that chest by squeezing into the left glute and push your chest over to the left side of the mat for 2 full breaths. And exhale, release down the foot and place the foot down next to the right. We're going to place the block over to the left side and root down the left palm into the ground and release the right foot, flex that right heel and lift the palm all the way to the sky for 2 full breaths. Rotate your hips over to the right side and exhale, bend into the right knee, wrap around the back foot, press the right glute and open your chest further over to the right side and push that right shoulder back, 2 full breaths. And exhale, release down the foot next to the left slowly and remove the block out of your way. Keep your legs nicely micro bent. Place the palms into the ground and take mindful steps all the way back into your downward dog. Take 1 full breath. And exhale, bend the knees and let those knees come into the ground. Now you can grab onto your pillow and place it behind you. Let the knees come out to the sides of the mat and extend out the feet. Sink down the sitting bones into the ground and keep your feet nice and extended to the back of the mat. Now feel that pillow behind you. Grab onto your ankles for a few moments here. Look to the top of the mat Come into that neutral spine for 2 full breaths. Now as you exhale, start to let the right elbow come into the ground and let the left elbow come into the ground. Press those elbows firmly into the floor. Let the shoulder blades come closer together. Look to the sky. Take 3 full breaths. And exhale, slowly press into the ankles and come back here to center. Place the palms in front of you and roll all the way onto your knees and flip the feet out to the sides of the mat and remove away the pillow. Extend out the legs and roll yourself all the way onto the back. Now once you arrive, you can start to extend your legs to the sky with a slight micro bend and keep the feet flexed. The toes are pointing down towards your face and let the palms face the sky. Getting an opening onto the legs, onto the hamstrings for 3 full breaths. Now as you exhale, release down the right foot and move the right hip closer to the left side of the mat and start to let the left foot come all the way over to the right side and keep your chest nicely open to the sky. Now we're going to start to bend into the right knee and wrap our left palm around the back of the right foot. And let that right knee come facing the top of the mat, so point it all the way to the top of the mat. And root down the left shoulder for 5 full breaths. And exhale, release the foot and let the left leg come all the way back into the floor and square the hips to the sky. Now we're going to extend out the legs and release down the left. And let the right foot come all the way over to the left side. And move the left hip closer to the right side of the mat. Now bend the left knee and grab the back of the foot with the right palm and point the left knee down to the top of the mat for 5 full breaths. And press the left heel into the glute. Release as you exhale. Let the foot come down to the top of the mat. Extend the right leg all the way back and square the hips to the sky. Now roll the shoulders underneath the back. Let the feet come out to the sides of the mat. Let the palms face the ceiling. And stay soft in the fingers and the shoulders and the feet. For 3 more breaths. Grounding into the body. Now on your next inhale, you're going to bend into the knees and squeeze the knees into the chest and wrap around the shins. Keep the crown of the head rooted into the floor for 2 full breaths, squeezing those knees. And exhale, release the legs, release down the feet. And bend into the elbows. Lift the weight of the body onto the elbows, press into the palms, and come all the way back here to center. Now we are done with today's yoga class. I really hope that you enjoyed this class, and I hope that you are gonna have a beautiful rest of your day and that I will see you in my next video. Bye!